Wow, Night of Champions, we can able to watch some great action blocks of this weekend. There has many surprises and twists waiting to happen. For this, we have only 5 more days to go. There has included a great rivalry, which we have been seen in the past. But how is this time? We need to wait and see. This time it's happened in Saudi Arabia, so we will talk about those every special moments which can happen in the event. So I'm gladly invite to you all that stick with the video till the end. In this video, the covering topics are 5 possible endings of John Cena versus CM Punk at Night of Champions. Why Seth Rollins cash-in will abort. Who will be the king and queen of the ring? Vengeance goes fail between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Why Samy lose at Night of Champions Women's Warriors Night. Raquel versus Rhea Ripley. 6 WWE big names will be returning to the Night of Champions. 3 matches has been canceled. But why? Here are the real reasons. Let's get into the video. Our first topic is the 5 possible endings of John Cena versus CM Punk past few months if we look at how WWE we are creating the storyline between Cena and Punk. They are making complicated more and more day by day. There are so many individual wrestlers looking to hunt Cena's championship. Even there has also a faction. I mean about Seth Rollins and his strong army. So there can be happen so many things in this match. So the first possible endings is CM Punk will lose or don't win the title, most likely to CM Punk lose in this match. Because in the past, there were being so many feuds between John Cena and CM Punk. But their last match was held in 2013 on Raw episode, and Punk ultimately retaining his right to challenge The Rock at WrestleMania 29. Because of this is the last time ever match between these two, so this time more favored to win John Cena. Even it appears that the odds are in favor to 17th time champion John Cena. If thought that Seth Rollins won't comes to cash into the match, but there has more chance to interfere the match by R-Truth. Because in the last SmackDown episode, R-Truth had a match with John Cena. At that match, he had won by disqualification method. So maybe R-Truth has some guilty about that match, because he didn't win the match properly. Event that match also John Cena hit a cheap shot with the title. So in this case, if R-Truth has the idea that he need to take another revenge for that, he will definitely comes in Night of Champions. And he can attack during the match between Cena and Punk. Match will cancel that under disqualification. So automatically Punk will wins the match, but it doesn't going to be effective to Cena's title. So in this way, if CM Punk won this match, it doesn't matter. Otherwise, if R-Truth also don't interrupts the match, then Cena maybe use his cheap shot on CM Punk and retains his championship again. Roman Reigns' big return. Another big turning point is Roman Reigns could returns into the match. In the past few months, he doesn't appeared in any WWE shows because he had some salary issues. However, now appearing that problem was solved. So Roman Reigns is the major factor in Night of Champions this time. Because if returned, he can attack both John Cena and Seth Rollins. Because Roman Reigns' last enemy was Seth Rollins before Roman vanished from WWE. But why attacks to John Cena? Cena is not in even his way, so why? But have you remember that Cena is the oldest enemy to Roman? Because in WrestleMania 40, John Cena came and attacked to Roman Reigns for prevent his win. At that time, the final boss Rock had given treatment to Cena. So in that way, Roman Reigns might attack to John Cena. So if Roman Reigns returned to Night of Champions, he could do this 2 things. One of is, he might attack Seth Rollins to prevent his cash-in and ruin his Money in the Bank contract. Then John Cena and CM Punk can take forward the match without any interference, and one of the 2 can win the match. The second things is, if Roman attacks both of John Cena and Seth Rollins, that could turn the match another path. If Roman attacked to Cena and allowed to pin by CM Punk, then Cena's farewell tour was totally will destroy, and his championship reigns also comes an end. Then Punk will becomes the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. But most likely will not happens in this way. But I mentioned this, friends, that even there also a very small chance to happens like this. But I hope most likely this time Roman Reigns' main target will be the Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins cash-in going to abort. On the other side, Seth Rollins and his faction becoming biggest threats to John Cena. Very first Raw episode after holding Money in the Bank event, Seth Rollins came with Paul Heyman and his Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, that both who was like left and right hands to Seth Rollins, came and showed his dominance and gave to the strong message that he will coming for the undisputed championship to Cena and Punk when both 2 were standing middle of the ring. After that incident, Seth didn't cross again John Cena's storyline. But that's maybe a hidden strategy of Seth Rollins. But one thing I can definitely say that Seth Rollins would coming to cash in at Night of Champions. If Seth came to cash in, it will be useless. Because I earlier said in this video that the Roman Reigns will definitely destroy Seth's total plans. But even if Roman Reigns not returned, what will happen? But don't worry, friends, there can come another person for prevent his cash in. Can you guess who is that guy? He is no one else. It's Sami Zain. Because there has big reason to do this, Sami Zain. While in the Money in the Bank qualification match, there had been a promo done between CM Punk and Sami Zain. In that promo, Sami Zain had said to Punk that he was desire for qualifying CM Punk to Money in the Bank event, because Sami also had lost his qualification match previous week due to interfered Seth Rollins faction. But unfortunately, this time also CM Punk couldn't able to win his qualification match due to interfered Seth Rollins faction again. CM Punk and Sami Zayn teamed up and both were fought with Seth Rollins' faction at Saturday night's main event, which was held last month of May. After that, they didn't got see chance to clash. The biggest thing is, this storyline is unfinished yet, so anytime can open again this storyline. So anyone can comes and attack between these factions because take for the vengeance. Because of this, if Roman don't return, Sami definitely will comes to save CM Punk in his championship match. The Final Boss Rock returns. Last time the Final Boss Rock had appeared at Elimination Chamber. After that, Rock didn't appear in any WWE shows. Whole fans were didn't satisfied for Rock's absency, but he came and made John Cena to big heel turn. But really now John Cena doesn't need anyone's help because already John Cena has done all the things with this heel. So now John Cena need to move off his heel and need be babyface again. Like fans were liked very much him earlier. So if this time Rock returned to Night of Champions, he will definitely doesn't going to help to Cena. Because if Rock will helps to Cena further and further, then fans hate rate or increase further more on Cena. So this time Rock will be against to Cena. This would helps to Cena back in to the face turn, again looking to among the fans. My strong opinion is Cena never retire with his fans hates. So Cena need to turn back to babyface before he retires. So the Rock that gave the heel turn to Cena will destroys by himself. So if Rock will returns, he will comes after Cena retained his title. Travis Scott arrival. After WrestleMania 41, Travis Scott didn't appear at WWE shows. Scott is a member of John Cena's heel faction. But past few weeks, rumors spreaded that Scott was training for his ring entry. He started to train for teaming up with John Cena and Money in the Bank, but that didn't happen. Instead, WWE brought Logan Paul, but however, this time WWE could bring back him again in support for John Cena, for saving John Cena and his title from Seth Rollins' faction. Our second topic is King and Queen of the Ring winners. He will be the King of the Ring after the 3 weeks of the tournament finally finalized Cody Rhodes and Viper, Randy Orton, to clash at Night of Champions. Last Raw episode, Cody Rhodes defeated Jade and he qualified for the final. Randy Orton beat Sami Zayn last SmackDown episode and Randy became the first finalist if we look at who will eligible for gold. The big thing is that who will push by WWE in future. What's the WWE's future plan? Recent months, WWE are pushing to Randy Orton more and more. Like that, Cody Rhodes also has become the main superstar in WWE. In this point, will WWE go with whom? My strong opinion is definitely wins Cody Rhodes. Because there are several reasons. Randy Orton had clashed with John Cena so long. He faced just 2 months before. That match theme was that this is the last time. Saying that, WWE don't put another match between them. Other reason is, John Cena has another only 17 appearance for his retirement tour. So he need to do all the things within those days. WWE has planned such a huge things for John Cena in upcoming days. I can surely say that after John Cena, his title lose, he will play a mixed tag team match. Friends, what you think about Nikki Bella's return? There has a reason to Nikki Bella returning to WWE. The one reason is she was John Cena's best female tag partner in WWE. So upcoming days, WWE will combine John Cena with Nikki Bella and definitely put a mixed tag team match. So the reason too, I saying this, now John Cena has only 17 days. So in between this days, WWE need to drop Cena's championship and need to create the rest of storylines. My strong guess is definitely John Cena lose his title at SummerSlam. So WWE will make plan like as John Cena took the title from Cody Rhodes, and also that finally Cena will lose to him and will say, I got the title from you. Like that I give the title. So in the final match at King of the Ring tournament, definitely Cody Rhodes will make the road for the gold. She will be the Queen of the Ring. In the Queen of the Ring tournament, there has fixed a battle between Jade Cargill and recently returned Asuka in the final match. So if we took a quick headline about over these two female wrestlers, Jade Cargill recently had a storyline with his old colleague with Naomi and Bianca Belair. After Jade and Naomi clashed many times, WWE stopped their clash for a little while. Now Naomi with Money in the Bank briefcase. She can cash in anytime, any place for the gold. Also now Jade Cargill also has come close to the gold. For her goal too, she needs to win one more match to get an opportunity for gold. If Jade wins this Queen of the Ring tournament, it makes a huge revolution of the Women's Championship. Because already Nia Jax looking to take the championship from Tiffany Stratton. Recently, after Naomi winning Money in the Bank briefcase, she also tried several times to cash in over Tiffany, but she couldn't because Nia Jax crossed her line. If Jade Cargill's also came among these three, then definitely they're able to watch an amazing Women's Championship match at SummerSlam. Other side, Asuka. Asuka had an injured few months ago and she was recovering past few months. For that, she needs to undergo even a surgery. After she recovered and now she made his ring entry and playing for Queen of the Ring tournament. If Asuka won over Cargill at Night of Champions, Asuka will eligible for the gold. In this kind of situation, I mostly think that WWE doesn't give to Asuka to hard matches because her injury. She returned few weeks ago. So if she played for the hard matches, that may affected also her recovered injury. So if we considered with this all stuffs, definitely Jade Cargill will wins this time. Topic number 3, Vengeance Goes Fail. In the Night of Champions, there has another major title match is Jacob Fatu vs. Solo Sikoa for the United States title match. This match completely based on Bloodline storyline. Reason for holding this match, few weeks ago, Fatu able to knew that his own Bloodline team using him and they did not true-hearted with him. So for this, Jacob Fatu took a revenge from his own Bloodline member Solo Sikoa. In the Money in the Bank event, in the match, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came to the ring for helping to Seth Rollins. At that time, they were destroying every wrestlers in and out of the ring everywhere. Then Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo came out for saving Solo Sikoa from Seth Rollins' uncontrollable faction. After they clashed with them, and Jacob and JC Mateo able to clean up the ring, then no one there to prevent Solo Sikoa. Now the winning chance came to Solo's hand. When Solo was grabbing the ladder for get the briefcase with help of Jaco Fatu, suddenly Jacob holds Solo's leg and dragged down from the ladder. Then Jacob applied a chalk slam through the ladder. After this, the Cold War that was going on between Solo and Jacob became the real war. After this, Solo and Jacob both were done some promos well. In this match, it seemed to be showing JC Mateo may comes to help for Solo Sikoa. If even he came, Jacob Fatu will be manages both two people as well. If we looked at who will wins, the odds are most favorable to Jacob Fatu, so mostly Jacob Fatu retain his gold. Topic number 4, why Sami Zain lose at Night of Champions. But as the show went on, Zayn was shown in a backstage interview segment addressing his loss during last week's WWE SmackDown against Randy Orton in the King of the Ring semifinals. However, he was soon interrupted by Cross flanked by Scarlett. Cross provoked Zayn, declaring that he would never become a WWE World Champion, prompting him to turn and punch him in the face, knocking him down to the floor. The pair have been shown at odds over recent weeks, predominantly in backstage segments, with Cross stalking and jeering Zayn, much as he has continued to do over the past year or so. But with one match being postponed for this weekend's event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, their singles grudge match has been added to the card. Cross is now due to wrestle his first match at a WWE Premium Live event since WrestleMania 40, having wrestled since April exclusively on WWE Main Event. This time Cross will be largely pushing by WWE, because his returns was most talked topic among the fans, and the other side Cross set to be face one-on-one to Sami Zain. Samy also recently said that in a promo with Cody Rhodes and JUSO that he hoped to be world champion again before he clashed semifinal match with Randy Orton. But the main thing is currently no specific storyline to Sami Zayn, so WWE is hoping to put storyline in future, both two wrestlers. Other reason is, if WWE made returning a wrestler, they don't making to lose. So in the Night of Champions, Cross will make his first victory after his returns. After this match, WWE will create the storyline between them till further 1 or 2 premium live events. Topic number 5, Women's Warriors Night. There has another special women's match, that is, Rhea Ripley battle with one-on-one Raquel Rodriguez. The concept of this match, a street fight match. The match came about when Rodriguez called out Ripley during the Raw episode. Finn Balor convinced Raquel to become the enforcer they all remembered. She stormed the ring later in the show and demanded Ripley come out and take a beating. Ripley, not one to shy away from a fight, she came out and showed up. Then the two fought, but Rodriguez ultimately got the better of Ripley when Roxanne Perez came out to help to Raquel. After this, Ripley was put through a table and showed up dominance of the Rodriguez. After the segment, Ripley stormed Pierce's office and demanded a match, which he gladly gave her. The match marks what is likely a pivot by WWE following Liv Morgan's unexpected injury. Morgan is out for what could be months, and a decision on the women's tag team titles has not been made yet. Ripley and Rodriguez should be a fantastic match, but Rodriguez was likely put in this bout due to Morgan's absence. It's a filler until WWE knows which direction to go with the championships. Ironically, it could be one of the most anticipated matches, given both the stipulation and Ripley's popularity. But Raquel also not easy target neither. She also biggest and strongest women in women's division. Ripley's in-ring history with Rodriguez includes several hard-hitting encounters, making the stipulation of a street fight fitting for their latest showdown. However, the prediction is, most likely Roxanne Perez could come during the match for help to Raquel Rodriguez. So it would be to huge advantage to Raquel. With the help of Roxanne, Raquel make the dominance again over Rhea Ripley and gets the win. From this, WWE could able continue the storyline furthermore between Raquel and Ripley. Other side, Liv Morgan can heal from her injury and gets enough time to his ring entry again. Topic number 6. WWE big names will be returned into the Night of Champions. Number 1. Apollo Crews returns. Apollo Crews has not been seen much on WWE television over the past 2 years. The main reason for this, because his injury. On the shelf with a torn pectoral injury, there is currently no listed return date for the former Intercontinental Champion. Recently, Apollo Crews updated about his injury. He said, "Feeling good. I never really had any physical pain, but it took a while to get my mental game right after the injury happened. I'm over that hump now, just waking up, taking it day by day, and putting in the work." So now Crews already prepared to wrestle again. But if he needs some more time, he will rest still more time. But it can be say, most likely he may returns to Night of Champions. Number 2, Omos returns. Following some success winning the GHC Tag Team Championships for Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, Omos was brought back to the United States to continue his time in WWE. The Nigerian giant Omos set to plan to return in January, but he didn't appear. But now he has made a new contract with WWE. Being the biggest competitor on the entire WWE roster, Omos is someone who will have no issue standing out from the pack. And also, Omos had been faced one-on-one with Beast Brock Lesnar, who was one of the biggest fish in WWE. Omos will returns in Saudi Arabia at WWE Night of Champions. Number 3, Paige returns. Paige is well-known WWE female superstar. After so many years, she played for WWE and joined with AEW. Now she is looking to return to WWE again. For the backstage, the news appeared that her AEW contract was expired in 26 March 2025. Back in March, many fans were surprised to find out that Saraya had announced her departure from All Elite Wrestling. When she is AEW, her ring name was changed that Saraya. After 3 years with the promotion, Saraya, formerly known as Paige, has made it clear she would be more than open to make a WWE return. So most likely she would return to WWE at Night of Champions. And I already mentioned earlier in this video that Roman Reigns, the final boss, Rock, and Travis Scott will be returned at Night of Champions. So in the Night of Champions event, there has 6 wrestlers to be returned. Topic number 7, 3 matches has been canceled. Canceled match number 1, WWE announced an injury to SmackDown star LA Knight during June 23rd episode of Raw. In recent weeks, Knight has been trading shots back and forth with Seth Rollins' faction of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, as well as their wise man Paul Heyman. The megastar cost both Breaker and Reed in their King of the Ring quarterfinal matches, with the duo also costing Knight and his. On SmackDown this past Friday, a match between Reed and Knight ended with Knight being attacked 2-on-1, receiving back-to-back 3 tsunami splashes from Reed. After this incident, in the last Raw episode, Michael Cole providing an update on Knight's condition. Cole stated that Knight had suffered a bruised sternum and separated rib cartilage. He added that Knight will be out of action indefinitely due to the injuries that he suffered at the hands of Reed. LA Knight was scheduled to complete with Seth Rollins at Night of Champions, but now that match was canceled due to Knight's storyline injury. It would appear this is just a storyline injury, so we can imagine that LA Knight's injury, whether real or not, because this is the storyline injury, so Friends Knight will be back in another 1 or 2 weeks. Canceled match number 2, Mysterio and Styles were due to meet in the ring for the title at this coming Saturday's event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which has itself been the subject of speculation given the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. But General Manager Adam Pearce broke the news to Styles in a backstage segment during WWE Raw that Mysterio was injured, and as a result, their title defense was being postponed. Styles pushed back on the news, accusing Mysterio of ducking him, but Pearce told him that he had confirmed it was legitimate, and thus his hands were tied. Mysterio himself appeared in a later segment alongside the Judgment Day, with Finn Balor telling him to focus on healing so he can deal with Styles. Mysterio said he missed Liv Morgan, who herself suffered a legitimate shoulder injury during last week's show, though Balor continued to push him and Roxanne Perez together. Mysterio last competed in a four-way earlier this month in the opening round of the King of the Ring tournament, losing that bout, and before that defended his title against Triple Threat's Octagon Jr. at Money in the Bank. Cancelled match number 3, currently live. Morgan is suffering from shoulder injury. It was expected Morgan would miss significant time as a result of her injury, but the severity of it was unknown. She is current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Her alongside partner is Raquel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan was scheduled to compete with Io Sky at Night of Champions, but now that match was cancelled. Morgan suffered the injury in a match with Kairi Sane during Monday Night Raw on June 16th. In the early stages of the contest, Sane dropped to her knees to perform a single-leg takedown. Morgan went face first on the mat, and her right shoulder also hit the ground. Morgan immediately yelled in pain and rolled out of the ring as the referee prevented Sane from performing any other move. Medical personnel came to check on Morgan outside of the ring, and the match was eventually called off as Morgan was escorted out of the arena. Sane was declared winner by forfeit. A shoulder dislocation can sideline athletes for months. The timeline of return depends on the severity of the injury and whether surgery is necessary. The Mayo Clinic says the shoulder would improve over a few weeks if surgery is not needed, but if surgery is performed, full recovery can take 5 to 6 months. Before this, Morgan has faced shoulder injuries 2 times. In 2023, Morgan missed 6 months of action after she dislocated her shoulder in a match with Rhea Ripley, which turned out to be a labrum tear, and she required surgery. Should Morgan miss around 5 months, she would return around the same time as Survivor Series on November 29, or could possibly wait to return at Royal Rumble in January 2026, similar to how she did in 2024. On the other hand, through his official X profile, Jonathan Coachman suggested the presence of a link between Liv's injury and WWE's decision to reduce the number of house shows during the season. His idea is that this choice of the WWE management no longer allows athletes to keep their bodies in training, favoring the onset of injuries. So friends, that's the Morgan's current situation. So friends, when stuff happens like this, so we will wait and see that what will happen in the show. Please comment your thoughts about this. Then we will see you in other huge updates. Have a great day.